Good morning. I am Stampin' Dee Dee, and this is Stampin' Thursday. And I am so glad to be here with you. Today is just going to be a simple card day. It's going to be making a masculine card using Peaceful Pier, which is one of my newer stamp sets, and one that I'm always needing masculine cards, and this set is going to help me make more masculine cards, especially get well and thinking of you and birthday. Those masculine cards, it just seems like I'm always needing one. So this set, that's why I thought I'd feature this set today. And it is a simple card, So Peaceful Pier, just because, thinking of you today, and I love this one down here. Somebody knows, somebody cares, your name is whispered in somebody's prayers. I really like that. I think that's just really sweet. So we're going to look at that. I'm going to show you some card samples first before we make one. And one of those samples, I also used Prairie Grass, which is another stamp set that I got because I thought it would just make awesome masculine cards. You know, I love the flower sets. I do. I love to stamp with them and color, but they just don't make great masculine cards. So hopefully this will give you some ideas on making masculine cards. All right, let me set this over here, and I'm going to show you a couple of samples that I did with Peaceful Pier. This first sample, I used stylish shapes to cut it out. I prepared my background with the ink smoosh method, and I actually have several of those over here stashed away. When I do it, I make a bunch of them, and I always try to make at least two that look real similar, and I'll show you why in a minute. But so that these are made with that background, and it is the pier and some of the grass, some of the trees, and then somebody knows, somebody cares, your name is whispered in somebody's prayers. And you can see here that I stamped and cut this out from one of my spare pieces of the smooshed paper. I also, let's see, did I do it? Yes. I also use a piece of it for my envelope, or you could use it for inside. On this, this is the smoosh method. However, on the inside, I just got the same colors and used my blender pen and my blender brush, and added some color to the inside. And the birds, these birds, you know, I went through all my current sets. I even went through some of my older sets that I keep handy, and I couldn't find birds. You know where I found these birds? They are in the May Paper Pumpkin stamp set. The May Paper Pumpkin stamp set. I keep my Paper Pumpkin stamp sets, and they come in so handy. So that's where those birds came from, the May Paper Pumpkin stamp set. So that's one that I made using Peaceful Pier. And then here is the other one that I made. And this time I just used my blender pens. I did use, I punched out a circle, and I created my sun that way. I put a Post-it along the bottom here, and then I used the same Post-it to do my, well, actually I used this to do my horizon along the bottom. But I just used my blending brushes for that. And then the trees and the grass stamps that are in the Peaceful Pier. And the sentiment came from Prairie Grass. Sometimes life is just hard. Sometimes it's just hard. All right. So there's that one. And on the inside, I used a piece of the smushed paper. And I also just stamped the trees for that one. And then this third one, I actually used the Prairie Grass set for this one. How simple is that? The smoosh method, and then put the Prairie Grass on it. Used a couple of the Prairie Grass stamps. And Sending the Healing Power of Love. And that's also from the Prairie Grass set. A little bit of Secret Sea ribbon and some glimmer dots. And you've got yourself another masculine card. Just use the stamp in here. So these are just 3 of the cards, masculine cards, that I have made. But the one that we're going to do together is even easier than these. It's even easier than these. And it's using the Peaceful Pier stamp set. So let's get to that. Let's get to that. Let me set these aside. And for this card, we are going to use, again, some white cardstock. Some basic white. Let's see, what else? And we're going to back it with the Secret Sea. I love the Secret Sea. I just love it. So we're going to back our white with Secret Sea. And then I thought I'd put it on crumb cake. So that's how we're going to build the front of this card. But let's do our stamping. Now what I did was I used this same piece right here, and I just punched, or I think one of them was die cut, punched several sizes of circles. And that's what we're going to use for this card front. And I'm going to use this one first. And I think on that one, I picked 3 colors. You could do any colors. I picked Crumb Cake, Pool Party, and Darling Duckling, one of our new in colors. And then for the stamping, we're going to use Secret Sea. So, yeah, I think I'm going to start with Crumb Cake. And I'm going to use the my brown blending brush. And I'm going to put this right up here just so I can ink up my blending brush. All right, and the first one I'm going to do right here. So I'm just going to hold this down and color this in. And I need to find a place where I can put my ink pad and rub against it there. All right. I'm going to get a little bit more around the edge. Okay. All right. So I've got that one done. It looks like I got a little bit of brown around the edge. That's all right. That's okay. And I think I'm going to do my second one right up here. And I'm going to use the Darling Duckling for that. You know, because I got ink around that, I think I'm going to do it around the whole edge. That's what I'm going to do. And make it look intentional. You know, that's how we cover up our mistakes. We make them look intentional. So I'm going to go right around the edge here. And get that circle back in there. Get it evened up. And I'm just going to go around the edge. Why not? You know? Why not? There. Just faintly. And then I'm going to do this edge the same way. If I didn't want that to happen, I would have cut my circles out of different cardstocks, but different pieces of cardstock. But I didn't. And as a result, it got on the edge. So now we have a border around our card. Okay. All right, this time we're going to use Darling Duckling for my second. I'm going to make 3 circles. So Darling Duckling will be next. And I'm going to put it right up here. Right there. Okay, and I'm going to work real hard not to get the edge. I think this one is better, and it doesn't take as much because the Darling Duckling is a darker color. There we go. Got that one. I need to get a piece of scrap paper so that I can get a little bit of the ink off of my blending brush. And the next one is going to be Pool Party. And like I said, I just picked 3 colors. I wanted them to be fairly light. So, I'm going to need to ink this up again. And I'm going to put this one right over here. Right here. Okay. This one's going to take a little more inking up. I don't want to get it. I'm trying to hold it down. Okay. I'm going to get my tape and tape it down so that it doesn't keep moving on me. There. This is that Post-it tape. Love it. All right. Now I don't, well, please don't move. Okay. I'll get back over here, get lined back up. It won't be as likely to move. I want to be sure and get the edges. It is still moving. Okay. One more time, I think I can get it. All right, I think that's good for the blue. There we go. Good. So I've got my 3 circles. Put these back. I don't need them anymore. Now I'm going to use, the first stamp is going to be the boy fishing, and I'm going to put him right here. So let me get out my secret sea. And I'm going to put him right here. There we go. And then I'm going to use, next I'm going to use the grass, the little grass. And I just want some grass around his feet. There we go. Got some grass around him. Then I'm going to use this fish. And I'm going to put it right here. I'll tilt it just a little bit. And you know what I meant to do? I meant to use the bigger one here. I wonder if I can go back and make that bigger. I meant to use the bigger one. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. All right, let's try this. I may have to tape it down again, although that did not work real well. I have to tape it. Okay, let's give this a try again. Tape it there. And there, and maybe if I put one more piece of tape here. Now, let's see if I can get this bigger. I meant to make it bigger. I'm just going to have to hang in here and get it on just around the edge. Keep my tape down. Now we're going to get this bigger. It's just going to take a minute. I'm using a bigger stamp for this one, so that's why I wanted it to be bigger. And I forgot that. You know, I love doing things with my ink. I love my ink. And I'm always looking for different ways to incorporate ink into my projects. Probably the glass mat is what's making it harder to stick. But we're going to get it. Now I'm sitting here while I'm working, and I have a big picture window by my workspace over here, and I'm seeing monarch butterflies. So I'm wondering if it's already the migration season. I didn't think it was time yet, but they're feeding on my bachelor buttons right outside my window. All right, I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Yay! It's bigger. It's bigger. I'm putting my tape over here so I can reuse it on my cut and emboss. All right. Now, the stamp that we're going to do for that one is the bigger fish. And that's why I wanted the circle to be just a little bit bigger. Put that right there. Stamp this guy up. And he is going to go right here. There we go. Now, the sentiment that we're going to use is going to be thinking of you today. So I thought he's kind of sitting there, and it's like he's contemplating while he's fishing. So thinking of you today is the sentiment that we're going to use. And again, I'm going to use my Secret C. There we go. And I'm going to back that again with the Secret C cardstock. So let me bring this in and cut this down. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and do this. Cut it there. About the same on each end. And there. And I'll go on and get the Secret C piece. So let me, so what I want to do is angle this and angle this. And I'll glue this down. Oh, yeah, I want to glue this because I'm going to pop it up, but I want to glue this to the Secret C first. Let me get a little more tape there. Okay. So I'm going to put it right there. Because I just want a little around it. And so now we're going to cut it this way again. Got a little on my finger. Okay. I think I'm going to cut it off here first so I can tell a little better. Now, it was just too long. I couldn't tell. Okay. Needs to be a little bit more. And ink off my finger. All right, that did it. And I'm going to angle it and angle it. And we're ready. We're going to put that right down here. But before I do that, I wanted to add some splatter. So I'm going to take my Secret C and I'm going to mash down on it and try to get some on the lid. Let's see if I did that. I did. And then I'm going to take my aqua pen. And you know, I looked in the catalog and online, and the aqua pens are not available anymore. I certainly didn't know that. So I'm just going to ink up my brush. And I'm going to put a piece of scratch paper down, and I just want some splatters. But I want it inked up really well. All right. There we go. I just wanted some splatters on it. Okay. Let me clean this. Put the lid back on it. Close this up. Now, I want it to be dry. Now we're ready for our sentiment. And under the sentiment, I'm going to put some linen thread. So get that out. We're going to unwind some of the linen thread. And I'm sort of straightening it. Okay. So I'm going to put, using my edge, but I don't want a very big edge because I want to also put a couple of mini dots on the end. So right in the middle, I'm going to use this to layer on some twine. So I'm going to get that one there. And then I'm going to do another one here. And another one here. And another, whoops. Another one here. And then I want one more coming this way so I can cut it. So we're going to layer another little piece here. There we go. Make sure it's sticking and cut this. When I cut it, it didn't cut. Okay. Now I'm going to put a mini dimensional on each end because I want this to stand up, but there's not going to be enough left on this middle piece to hold it. So we're going to do this. And I'm going to put this right, thinking of you today. Okay, got that, and now we're going to back it. With our Secret C, mat it. I need to get it there. All right. Get it on here. A little bit low. Let's try that again. There we go. And then on to our crumb cake. Get my my bone folder and burnish it good. And that is going to go right on there. Got us a masculine card, don't we? Turn it this way. Got this on here. And now we're going to add a few gems from the 25-27 in color flat pearls. And the secret C is up here. I think that'll look best, the secret C. So I'm just going to put one, maybe right there. Put one, whoops, right there, and one of them maybe right down here. There we go. I do have the inside to put in, and I think I'll put a little bit of grass. I could do a circle and put a fish. Maybe I should do that. Where's my circles? There they are. The yellow was pretty easy. The brown was pretty easy too. I'll just do the brown, the crumb cake. Oh, that's pool party. Here's the crumb cake. I'll do the crumb cake. Put me a circle right down here. There we go. And stamp me a fish. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Oh, sorry. Sorry, just a minute. Sorry. Logan, go outside. Shut the gate, Clint. Shut the gate. All right, sorry. My dog, my husband just came home, and my dog saw him. All right, we're ready to put this on the inside, and we are done. It really is a simple card and easy to duplicate. Make several of them. You could put more cinnamon inside if you wanted to. There we go. Thinking of you today. Great masculine card. So we've got several. I have several masculine cards ready to go. And I hope that, and here's the Prairie Grass card, but I hope that I've encouraged you to look and see what you've got. And if you don't have a set, then I highly recommend Peaceful Pier. Look at that pier. I love that pier going out in the water. I highly recommend Peaceful Pier or Prairie Grass. If you don't have a demonstrator helping you, I would love to do that. You can just comment or go to my email, which is on this page, and I would be glad to help you. Thank you for watching today. Let me see. I didn't even look for, I got so busy. Hi, Kay. Thanks for watching. Yes, they're masculine cards. They're cards that your hubby can grab and send to somebody. All right. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.